Hey, this is Nick. Just wanted to talk about an upcoming fight. It is Anthony Smith versus Alexander Gustufson, 205. Um, so a little kind of backstory about these two. They both fought John Jones, and I'm a fan of both of them. So to me, like, this is kind of a hard fight to predict, and I'm not gonna predict it. Like I said, I like both people, and so it's hard for me. It's like both your best friends fighting each other. It's like like yeah, this person's gonna kick his ass or whatever. Like you don't say that. You just say, man, I hope the best guy wins. That's like a kind of a cliche answer, but yeah, I wish these guys weren't fighting, because I just don't see what it does for either of their career. Like Anthony's last fight was John Jones, and so like, what is he gonna like? If he just beats Alexander Gustafsson in a decision, I don't know if it's enough to be like you're now the number one contender again. I don't know. I feel like he has to beat him in pretty devastating fashion to get another title shot at John. He has to knock him out. He has to submit him. I feel like that's what he has to do in order to get a title shot again. We go to the opposite side. Alexander Gustafsson, right? He's fought John Jones 2 times. John Jones beat him, both times. So Alexander beats Anthony. Where does that really put, Gustafsson? Does it put him in the number 2 spot? Well, I mean, like, did he really not like he's at least in the top two, top three contenders at light heavyweight his entire career. He's never been out of that. So it's like beating Anthony. What does that get for you? Like I honestly feel Gustafsson needs to go to heavyweight, or he needs to go to another organization. He's pretty young, I think. Um, but like, so if you think of it like this, right? Who else has fought John Jones twice? Daniel Cormier. Do you want to see Daniel Cormier versus John Jones 3? Yeah, you do. You really want to see that fight. But it's probably never gonna happen, right? Daniel Cormier is gonna beat Stipe and probably retire because Brock Lesnar's fight's not gonna happen. He doesn't have anything really left to do. Defend it, show people that the whole Stipe knockout wasn't a fluke, and then ride off into the sunset. So like we want the John Jones versus Daniel Cormier fight to happen very badly. It's not gonna happen probably. Who else has fought him? John Jones 2 times. Alexander Gustafsson. Do we really want to see that a third time? Not really. Do I like? I don't remember the first fight if John Jones popped for steroids. But for the second time, I think like he had picograms, and like we all just accept it. Like, yeah, John Jones gonna have a few picograms in him. What are you gonna do? So like John Jones testing positive for steroids isn't a story anymore. So you can't be like, oh yeah, I want to see Gus fight him a third time because that second time he popped for picograms. Picograms isn't a thing anymore. No one cares about picograms. If you're like a lesser fighter, you probably get banned for like 2 or 5 years. You're not fighting. If it's John Jones, it's like it's okay, John. Keep on keeping on. Like no one cares. Like no one cares that John Jones on picograms. So it's like I don't know. Like where does Gustin go? Like I said, I think he needs to go to heavyweight once Daniel Cormier is retired. I don't think he wants Daniel Cormier like to fight him, or go to another organization. He would mollywop every light heavyweight and other organizations. He could be the king. He can go to one championship. All those 3 free agents, Demetrius Johnson, Sage Northcutt, the Underground King. I can't think of his name right now, but it'll come to me. Those all guys are getting paid. And with the new ESPN deal coming out, where fighters aren't getting pay-per-views anymore, I mean, I think that's what's happening. It's just salary now. I feel so. It's like Why not go to somewhere that's paying more? Go to a Bellator, Um, that Bellator and Ryan Bader. Ryan Bader is the heavyweight and lightweight champion. Beating him would, I feel like, send your stock up more. Like obviously fighting John Jones would move your stock up more. But John Jones has beaten you twice already, so there's not really any storyline behind that. Like you beat him, great. John Jones is still young. I think he might be younger than Alexander. What did we fight 4 times? Like, that fight's stale, and that's the only fight in the UFC. Besides Gustufson going to heavyweight, that's really interesting. So I feel like Gustufson was kind of like, gotten as far as it's the same thing that happened to Junior Dos Santos. Junior Dos Santos, fought Cain Velasquez like 3 times. You don't want to see that a 4th time. And so now JDS is this kind of this limbo land where he can't really fight for the title anymore, you know? And he should go to another organization too. Because, again, like, we've seen him fight for the title multiple times, and it just hasn't happened. Go to another organization where they have lesser fighters and mollywop everyone. Why are we, so stuck on fighting the best of the best and not getting the championship spot? I don't know. This is a long tangent off of just this fight, but it kind of made me think about all these different things. So, who I think is going to win? I hope it's a draw. That's my thing. I hope it's a draw.